Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and well, it's finally here. Sneak Peek 6. And what is it? Well, greetings agents, this is C and Fragment of Marvel Future Fight. The long-awaited prophet of Null has made appearance. The bloodthirsty symbiote has acquired nearly every codex and upgraded his powers to the maximum to welcome the Lord of the Abyss to the Earth. Agents, are you prepared to stand against absolute carnage? Let there be carnage. So let's watch this. That is sweet. Now I want you all to look closely. Look here, see the tier 3, the T-3. Oh, now that is pretty damn dope. That is pretty damn dope. Cletus Cassidy makes his final move and takes flight. We will inform you with more details of his powers in later announcements. So finally, we have tier 3 Carnage confirmed. You know, a lot of us have been wondering, is it going to happen? I mean, Netmar's been, poking around and goofing off, and they haven't released anything, and Silk is supposed to get an awakened skill as well, and that hasn't happened. I actually thought that would come before Carnage. So I don't know what Netmarvel's doing. I really don't know what's going on. I think the boycotts got him a bit flustered. I think maybe they might have pushed Carnage out early. Like, I think maybe they were going to put Silk out first, you would think, and then have Carnage afterwards, and they put out Carnage to try to appease the audience, to try to make us a little happier. But if you look down here, yeah, there's some likes, of course. It's Carnage. We all love Carnage. We wanted him to get a tier 3. We wanted him to be stronger for a long damn time. And it's awesome. It really is. It's just not awesome in the way that Netmarvel's done this last update. Because of the negative crap that they implemented in the game, people are so negative and really just at each other's throats that they don't care. Some people just don't care about Carnage. Well, they care, but they're just so upset and pissed off that they don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to really get excited when the company is so greedy that, you just see them for what they really are. A greed machine trying to take that money. You see the dislikes, the sad likes. This is what I'm talking about, and if you go down here and read these, with this new uni boycott will be over, thanks, Marvel Future Fight. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not going to say that, but yeah. That's what I'm talking about. People just aren't going to care. And this is something I definitely sympathize with. This could have been the best update of the year. It's sad you guys became so greedy. And that's the issue at hand. What a shame. What a shame. And I've said this in multiple videos. What a shame that during this symbiote update, all this negativity surrounds it. Yeah, the awesome new world boss with Null. Now we have tier 3 Carnage, we have tier 3 Venom, we have Gwenom, all these wonderful things. Miles Morales uniform is pretty cool. Like, we had all these things, and they just, nobody's really focused on all that too much. Well, some of us are, we're enjoying the new characters. Like, I'm loving Gwenom. I'm having a lot of fun with her. I don't have tier 3 Venom because I was holding out for Carnage, and I'm glad I did now because he looked freaking awesome in that sneak peek. And I'm happy about that. I'm excited for that. But at the same time, Carnage is a paywall. A lot of people aren't going to have them. See, someone is happy, and that's good. That's good. It's nice to see some positivity. You can be happy about this. You can be excited about this, but still criticize Netmarble for what they've done. You can still boycott the game and still be happy that Carnage is coming in the game, which is pretty much where I'm at. Yeah, I'm not happy with the game. I'm not happy with what they've done, but I'm stoked about Carnage. I'm stoked about him. I really am. I can't wait to check out his uniform, to see what they do for him, to see what kind of effects he's going to get. Hopefully, he's a freaking god like he should be. I couldn't care less. Where's my Silk Uni rework? So here's someone that's really wanting Silk to get a little love. Nice little icon there. No Silksy. And that's what I mean. I think they really probably pushed out Carnage early to try to appease all of us. I think that's what they're trying to do, Maybe show some kind of good faith, but here's the thing. If that was their reasoning, and if that's what they're trying to do, then They really should do something like give some free bios for everybody. Give us an event whenever Carnage comes in the game, like what they did with Crescent back in the day, where we had a nice little event where we could get bios. If they did something like that, that would make the player base feel happy. We'd all still boycott. That wouldn't change until the systems are removed, or we're going to get more resources to deal with these systems. But that would have helped. Giving us free bios for a paywall character would have really put some good faith into the game. It would have showed some goodwill, and I think we would have all been, praising Netmarble at least for that. We'd all still been boycotting for sure. That's not going to change. They can do whatever they want with Carnage, and they can try to appease us any way they want, but we're all still going to boycott because the issue at hand hasn't been changed. The little band-aid that they put on it not too long ago isn't changing anything, at least not for me, and I know not for thousands of other players. What type of drugs is required for one to write Sneak Peek 5 on a Sneak Peek 6? Yeah, I mean, it's just, and there you see tier 3 right here, the tier 3, T3 right there. It's pretty cool. I mean, and by the way, let's give some positivity out. Shout out to the Sneak Peek team. That was an amazing Sneak Peek. They always do so well with those things. They're always knocking it out of the park. It's like, I really wish those were the people that were the dev team that were, putting in things in the game, because I think they would do a much better job. The dev team that we have, I mean, maybe it's, they're getting orders from higher ups, from the CEOs, whatever, saying, hey man, this is the biggest IP in the world, Marvel. We really need to be making more money from this game. So you need to find a way to monetize more things in the game. And that might have been what happened. It could be that their CEOs was like, you know what? Yeah. Boost it up. Biggest IP in the world, take full advantage of that. Very well could be. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is really what is going to keep going on. And I agree with this too, man. Finally saving CCAF paid off. Please give Null as playable character. Yeah, and and I think they will, because when you fight Null, they talk about how Null he's going to reach his final form. Because you don't see his final form in the game at all. You don't see him with the crazy, face and everything, the big crazy grin. So I think they're going to make him as a playable character. It's just when. But the thing is, one, we don't get enough resources. We've talked about this multiple times, especially for a native tier 2, and he would be a native tier 2. But the other thing is, again, because of the boycott and because Netmarble is so greedy, it's hard to get excited for these things. It's hard to be positive about everything because there's so much negativity surrounding it. But I am happy about Carnage. I'm stoked about this guy. It's a shame that Silk hasn't got her awakened skill, but the thing is, guys, Silk isn't very good. And having an awakened skill, yeah, it'll make her better, but it's going to be the same situation as Elsa. She doesn't get a uniform. It's just not going to be a character worth awakening, in my opinion, unless you're a hardcore fan. That's really it. Those of you that awakened Elsa, that's probably why you did it, because you're just a fan of Elsa. And I think Elsa's a cool character. I think Silk's a cool character. But there's no way I'm going to put resources in these characters when there's other awakened characters that have good uniforms, that are much stronger, better survivability, more damage, more consistent damage, even without the awakened skill. So that's kind of a bummer, man. They really, honestly, for Elsa and Silk, they really should have gave uniforms. Carnage, though, what could they do for Carnage? Well, I am currently ready for him. I can realize his potential, but I'm not going to. I want to see what's in this kit. I want to see what's in this new uniform and see what kind of effects this thing's going to have. But he should be an absolute monster. He should be an absolute monster. We should have some iframes. I'm pretty much betting that he's going to be ABX meta. I'm pretty much betting that he's going to be a combat villain. However, Apocalypse has already filled that slot. Apocalypse can already cap the scores for quite a few players. So maybe they'll make him a good PvP character. And because Miles will give him that 70% increase to Carnage, and he's going to give him the 20% decreased damage received, maybe they'll give him more decreased damage received that'll synergize with Miles's new passive or leadership. Maybe that's what they'll do to give him, some high decreased damage received. Who knows what they're going to do? But I just hope he's an absolute monster. He needs to keep his healing. I think they're going to keep his healing, from his little blobs jumping around and everything. But he needs to have just way more damage. So we should be seeing a lot of attack buffs. Hopefully we see some crit rate, crit damage bumps, something like that on him and his passives to make it easier to level up his stats. That would be dope. The other thing that kind of sucks about this is, and another reason I say that I wish they'd put bios in or do an event for bios for Carnage is because of the fact he's a paywall and because of the fact, we're all on boycott. Well, most of us. We're not going to be able to level up a uniform for him because we don't have bios for this character. Now, some people might because they knew Carnage was coming and they went ahead and bought a bio sub before the boycott and they were racking up some bios that way. I didn't, but there were players that did that, and that was a smart thing to do, in my opinion. And, if you had the $10, but a lot of players didn't do that, and a lot of players, aren't going to buy those bio subs. They never do. It really would be, the least Netmarble could do, the least they could do is whenever this uniform comes in, give us an event or something with some free bios. I'm not asking to give bios to level up the character completely, but, if you just give us enough bios where everybody could use a mega tier 2 ticket on him, level him up. We got the mega advancement ticket in the event quest right now. Make it to where, people, they could get those bios and they could use one of these tickets to take him up to tier 2. That would be pretty cool. And at least we could say something good about Netmarble for doing that, on top of just giving us really cool looking new uniforms. But as long as the card system and the CTP system is in the game, the boycott stands strong. So unity in the community. Let me know how you're all feeling about tier 3 Carnage. I'm really, really excited for it. I know that maybe I didn't sound like I'm excited, but I am. It's just hard to get all jumping for joy with all of the crap surrounding the game. But I am very, very stoked about this and very curious to see what they're going to do for the big man here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.